Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my Navi Valorant roster rebuild. We're back. I've been sick, so I really haven't been able to record that much. I still don't feel great, but I feel like I had to kind of record something just because I really wanted to. I got tired of like not having a new video up. So yeah, if you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This will be the same as all my other rebuild videos. So if you guys enjoy this one, you can go check out the other ones. I've done all of Americas as well as I think BBL, Liquid, and there's one more team, Koi in EMEA. The Koi one was before champs, I think. So I think there is some stuff that I'm going to change, but with that team, but you guys will see at the end of the like EMEA series where I go back through all the teams and kind of explain everything. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Also go follow my Twitter. Link is in the description. I've been tweeting about roster news and everything like that all throughout the off season, as well as kind of giving some updates on this series. So go check that out. Go follow me on there. Also, go follow my Twitch. I've been streaming a little bit more lately. Obviously, this past like week or two, I haven't been because I've been sick. But yeah, I'll be doing that more. I've been streaming a lot of like Minecraft and stuff. I will also be trying to stream on the 7th of October, which is the VCT roster lock day, and just trying to like react to all the news as it comes out on that day. So go follow me on there. I will be streaming there as well. I'll probably post the link on Twitter. So go follow me on both. And yeah, let's get right into this. And then first up, we got to go through how this team did in 2024. They brought Artist back into this team to replace CNED, kind of bringing back that full FPX team that won Masters Copenhagen. They got third, fourth at kickoff, lost to Heretics in an elimination game. Fifth, sixth, stage one playoffs, lost to Heretics in an elimination game. And then, did they lose to Heretics again? No, they lost to Vitality when they got fifth, sixth in stage two playoffs in an elimination game, which I think doesn't really show how good they were. Like, I think Navi, despite all of their issues in 2024, maybe deserved an international slot in one of these fucking tournaments. Maybe not like, I don't know, maybe not like multiple. Like, I think they probably could have gone to either Madrid or Shanghai and done okay, maybe about as well as Foot did, maybe about as well as like, no, Heretics went far at or at not Copenhagen. Fuck, Heretics. Who else was at Shanghai? Fnatic. I think they could have done similar to Fnatic if they got that first round bye, which they probably wouldn't have, or I think more likely similarly to Foot. So either way you slice it, I mean, it is pretty disappointing for a team of this caliber to not make an international event. So, yeah, I think this team is going to need to see major changes, especially with the way they played in 2024. And as for what we're kind of thinking for this, the goal of this roster, um, personally, I just think this team should be looking to completely rebuild and kind of start over with a couple players here going into 2025. I think you could say that they're more looking to compete in 2026, get a bunch of young players, maybe like DRX did last year. I think you could also argue that maybe they could just pick up a couple really proven players that kind of, I mean, I guess prove themselves in 2024 for different teams and are now like free agents. You could go either route. I'm going to go more of the second route here, which I didn't necessarily anticipate when I set this goal, but I still think it should be pretty fine. Like if they're competing in 2025 instead of 2026, I think you'll be okay with that. So we'll start with the two players that I will be replacing on this team. We have Artis and we have Angel, who I think Angel might be a little bit of a surprise for some people because I mean he's like one of the most proven IGLs in the game, probably like one of like in the top 10 of like greatest IGLs of all time ish, specifically because he's won a Masters event and has done some other stuff as well. But he and Artis will be removed from this team. And yeah, there's a bunch of different reasons, and we will get into it right now, starting with Artis. who I think is a valuable player in terms of the fact that he can play so many different things in terms of like he can play flex, he can play some senti, he can play some duelist, but I don't think he has that one role or one agent that he's really the best at. Like you could say his Yoru, his Jet are his two best agents, and I'd probably agree with that. But when he's as flexible as he is, you kind of feel like you want to get him on more roles. When you have Zip on, you want to get Zip on the raise, and then Artist plays the flex stuff. But I just don't think he's as good at the flex stuff, and I think you could find better players to kind of play this duelist role more specifically. So yeah, I also think he got worse like down the stretch for this team, like later down in the year. But I think like overall he didn't have like the worst year ever. I think if he does get removed in real life, he'll probably find somewhere else to play. I just don't know where that would be. Um, and I just want to bring a younger player in this role, maybe a less proven player with more potential or something like that. But yeah, Artist just, I don't know, didn't have the best year, and I think it's definitely justified dropping him as they did in real life. Then we have Angel, who I think both as an individual and as an IGL has just gotten worse and worse since winning Copenhagen in 2022. Not like a ton worse over time. Like I still think he's a very, very good IGL, but I think some games where he pops the fuck off, or maybe some rounds where he pops the fuck off, you don't. I mean, you think, oh wait, he's actually a really good individual player, but I just don't think round to round, game to game, map to map, even he's consistent enough to justify like I don't know, maybe not justify keeping, but like he's just not a good individual, and I don't think that's a reason to be keeping him. Maybe like it would be with King going into last year or something like that, or some of these other IGLs that were really good individuals, but not maybe as good of callers. Like Shadow, honestly, I think Shadow is a pretty good individual. Boo, maybe as well as another example, but stuff like that. I think also another thing here, he's been running a lot of like weird comps for a long time, and I just want to get simpler with a younger, like less proven core. And I think all in all, it's just time to move on from Angel. Maybe you could say that he's like going to retire in real life. I think that's definitely a possibility. But yeah, me personally, I would be removing Angel, especially because of the fact that he keeps putting himself on the Sova role that Xiao was so good at. And I think removing Angel will let Xiao get back to that and be playing it his best. So now onto the roles that we need. We need a duelist player, we need a smokes player, and we need an IGL. So I think in terms of all of the players that are available to us, you have Pays, Bisk, Kiko, just a couple of duelists that are available. I know there's other options as well. To be fair, I haven't done a ton of scouting into tier 2. Or I've done a good amount of scouting, but I do acknowledge that there are probably players that I'm missing. If you guys have any players that aren't mentioned in this that you want me to check out, totally willing to do that and kind of want to do that. But yeah, you got those three for duelists. You got Avova, Profec for controllers, and then IGLs. You have Enzo, Brody, Purdy, and Destrian. Four guys that I think are your main four, along with Illuri. I know for a fact that I'm missing some IGLs that are really good. So again, let me know in the comments. Any guys that you want me to check out and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do a stream where I check them out. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. So normally I start with the duelist player that we pick up when I am picking one up, but I think Destrian does justify starting with here. Not because he's a super big signing or a big name or anything like that, but because I think he needs a little bit more explanation and a little bit more nuance. So as far as I know, I don't think he's ever been a main IGL for like a really like good team. Obviously, maybe he was like a IGL for some random fucking tier 2 team at some point. But I know I listed like a bunch of names out for IGL options, but I don't think there's like a great IGL. Maybe like when going into last year, last off season, you had like John Cutie in NA you had like, I mean, I guess Boostio was available as well, but names like that, moving teams, like you don't necessarily have that in EMEA right now. Maybe somebody could prove out to be like that, but yeah. I just like the players where you have the tier one stage experience. I know he's willing to IGL, and I think he can do it. He plays multiple roles in terms of the smokes and the initiator. He will be playing smokes here, obviously. Um, and yeah, he'll be very very solid for this team. I don't think he'll be like an elite IGL or anything. Also, I think he was rumored to have been the Vitality IGL at some point, and then I think it was just Sender all along. But yeah, I still think he could be very good, and giving him like a second chance here would be a pretty good idea. And then for my duelist player, we're gonna pick up Bisk, who is just such a mechanically talented duelist player. He's not like super young or anything. I think he's like 23. And I'm not huge on his raise, but I think overall, for every other one of his agents, I didn't watch a ton of his Sova or anything, but I think he's really good at the other stuff, like the Neon and the Jet. He'll be playing those for this team. Zipon will be playing the Raze, and then Bisk can play like Sova or like some kind of initiator, like Flex maybe, when Zipon is playing the Raze. I think that's a pretty good system to go through here. I also do want to mention, I think Sayonara was on the same team as Bisk, but he's 16. That might actually be a good pickup to like swap in for Zipon if Zipon isn't playing very well once Sayonara is old enough, or have another like Woot Patty Tech situation with Zipon, who I'm not huge on. Like I originally planned on getting rid of Zipon, but um, with Bisk's Raise not being that good, and I also really like Bisk as a player. Other than that, I think Zipon is a necessary player to keep for this team. So I think this video was actually a lot quicker than most other ones would be. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I yapped as much. Like, I just think I got to the point a lot faster, I guess, which I'm not doing right now. But yeah. For our final roster, you have Bisk, Zipon, Shao, Destrian, and Sugetsu. Um, I talked a little bit about Zipon. I'm not huge on him as a player. Like these players that play like KO, Raze, and then like some other stuff barely, to like not a very high level. I'm not huge on, but I think for this team, I think he does fit. Xiao is an incredible player on the initiator. Getting him into more like clutch situations and stuff like that is just what he's so good at. So you want him back on that, maybe playing more fade specifically. But he's very, very, very good. I think he's kind of one of the players that could be looking for a big rebound year to be one of the best initiators, if not the best initiator in the world. And then Sugetsu, same thing in the Sentinel role, just an incredibly mechanically talented player. He was the biggest surprise in terms of their drops in real life. Obviously, it was Zipon, Artis, and Sugetsu, and I talked about how I'm not huge on Zipon, and I already dropped Artis in this, so I think that's pretty obvious, I guess, that Sugetsu would be the most surprising. But I think he's going to Carmine Core. I think that was the leak. They have 3 Sentinel players. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there with some of these role stuff, but he should be very good for that team as well. And yeah, this will be our final roster. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Also, wait, one more thing before you guys click off. The next rebuild in this series will be Gentlemates. There's 2 more, and one of them will be Gentlemates. The other one I'm not going to reveal yet. I'm going to save it for last because I think it's actually one of my favorite ones. But yeah, choking on my fucking nothing. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Actually, this time, like, subscribe if you enjoyed everything like that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.